Mark DeAndre, also known as Mark D, is a community activist, Detroit podcaster, and host on a platform called 7 Mile Radio. He has used this platform to help disseminate information about missing children in Detroit, including Naziyah Harris's case. In a CBS Detroit interview, DeAndre expressed deep concern about the case's urgency. 2 months missing is not a good sign.
Mr. Butt, stand up. You've been sitting over there for 4 days with your head down, sitting between and behind your attorney with your mask on and taking vigorous notes. I want you to pay attention and listen to everything I have to say. I have been trying to figure out for the last 5 days, you. At one point I thought you were cognitively impaired in the beginning of this exam. And then maybe you had the brain of a 10-year-old, and that's why you were doing such things. But as I heard more and more testimony, you're just the true definition of a pedophile. Watching you laugh and brag about all the women you have with different women and the children and the girlfriends, and making babies to groom them, and having them in your presence, cleaning up your shop, and the little girls around you, has landed you here today. You groomed Naziyah. You played mind games with her. We all heard that. You controlled her emotionally. She was exposed to so much at such a young age. The text messages between you two were disgusting to hear. And to think that she had you saved in her phone as babe for life. Naziyah deserves so much more. And while I mentioned other people that failed her, Jarvis Butts, you are the monster in this whole picture. She did deserve love from her parents and everyone who was in her life. She was ignored, she was neglected, and you took complete advantage of that. She wanted someone to love her, and she will never know what that feels like. Your children deserve more. As much as defense counsel has raised issues on count 1, all that has done is raise the question of fact for the trier of fact, which means that this will be for a jury or a judge to hear in the 3rd Circuit. I pray for the healing of all the victims and the young girls and possibly boys who have come into contact with you. As a community, we should look at this case as a prime example of how much work we have to do when it comes to protecting our children and especially our black girls. I pray for closure and healing for all those who have been traumatized by you. And for you, Jarvis Butts, I wish you a speedy trial and that justice be delivered. Your bind-over date is January 16th at 9 o'clock a.m. Anything else for the record?
Not for the people, Judge. Thank you.
Not for defense.
Do the right thing and tell us where she's at, please. I'm sorry, Judge. Just do it, Jarvis.
Where is she at, Jarvis?
Just tell us. Judge, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to disrespect your court.
Can you go up and turn off the camera, please?
I have spent decades of my career looking at pictures of murdered people. When I was trying homicide cases for 6 straight years as an assistant prosecutor, I would spend hours thinking about the victim whose case I was getting ready to try, wondering how they spent their last weeks, their last days, their last hours, and their last minutes of their lives.
I have to speak on Naziyah Harris and the community who failed her. and I'm only presented with certain evidence. I don't know the whole story. The attorneys know more than me, the family knows more than me, but from what I have heard over the last 4 days and 5 days total is that several people failed her.
And was she going to school?
Yes, she was.
What school did she attend?
J.E. Clark Preparatory Academy.
And is that also in Detroit?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Detective Jason Mays,
And how are you employed?
with the City of Detroit Police Department.
And how long have you been employed as, in the city of Detroit?
A little over 21 years.
Is there a specific unit that you're assigned to?
Homicide.
And I'm going to take you back to February 15th of 2024. Were you working that day?
I was
Okay. When you're working alone or with a partner?
with a partner,
And who's your partner?
Detective Lisa Johnson.
And what is it that you were assigned to do that day?
I was tasked with interviewing the individual.
Okay. And do you remember the name of the individual that you were supposed to interview?
Yes,
Who was that?
Jarvis Butts.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Could you state your name for the record, sir?
George Harris.
And just for that. Without breaking it.
You can just take it off the list too. It's easy.
And what do you do currently for a living, sir?
I'm a school safety liaison.
Okay. And going back to January of 2024, where were you employed at that time?
Detroit Public Schools Police.
And what did you do for the Detroit Public Schools Police Department at that time?
I was a lieutenant.
And assigned to an investigative division or something else?
I was in charge of the Western Patrol Division and our intelligence unit.
Okay. And did that include, at least on the intelligence unit side, some investigatory roles?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And were you involved in the disappearance and homicide investigation into Naziyah Harris?
Yes, I was.
And
Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Shannon Jones.
And how are you employed?
I am a sergeant with the City of Detroit Police Department.
And are you assigned to a special unit or division?
Yes.
And what is that?
I'm assigned to homicide, missing persons unit.
And how long have you been employed in that role?
I've been at missing persons since 2013.
And before that, where were you at?
Patrol.
Okay, and how long were you there?
I've been on the department for a total of 24 years.
Okay.
So throughout the prior years to missing persons, I had various assignments.
And what is your role in this case?
I'm the officer in charge.
What does it mean to be an officer in charge?
So I'm in charge of reviewing all the evidence and spearheading the investigations, looking into all the facts and possible suspects and information that's brought to the case and to compile it together.
Okay.
And also, you can pull that microphone off the ledge if it's easier for you, or just lean into it.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Could you state your name for the record?
Sergeant Melanie O'Rourke,
What do you do for a living, Sergeant?
a sergeant with the police department,
Which police department?
Detroit Police Department.
How long have you been with the Detroit Police Department?
Approximately 11 years.
And are you currently assigned to a specific precinct or unit within the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, I work at major crimes.
Okay, and what sort of crimes do you investigate at major crimes?
Generally, homicides.
And how long have you had that role, or have you been in major crimes?
I believe since 2016.
And do you do any specific role within major crimes that requires a little bit of training and education to do?
Yes.
And what is that?
I do forensic analysis of cellular call detail records and tower mapping.
I got a special call that I want to make because I know Tamara Liberty Smith. So I want to make a call right quick. I'm going to shut the call-in line off right quick so we don't get no more callers.
Hello.
Tamara,
Hey.
what's going on?
I'm okay. I'm sitting here watching your show.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was listening to one of the family members that you were speaking to. And they probably would not know.
That was Shannon.
Okay, and she was the one who I'm assuming did the press conference with us a few days ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe she wouldn't know my name, but however, I did walk them to the car. I don't know these people from a can of paint.
Right.
I don't have to lie. I have the same dealing with anyone with something like this is going on in the community. A child is missing and has been missing for well over a month. We are extremely concerned as in the community. And my question that I ask to the grandmother, which I would ask to anyone, because oftentimes here in the city, we see females, young girls coming up missing. I ask, has she ever done this before? Has she ever left? The answer to me was, I'm not going to lie, she has left before. I have no reason to make anything up. I don't know these people. My job is to help you as a community activist, as an organizer, and as now serving as the police commissioner over my district. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to carry lies. Once again, I don't know these people. My only purpose is to get this girl home. I had no idea that we were going to have all of these twists and turns, all of these fumbles, all of these change of stories, all of these scenarios, none of this stuff. All I knew is that a girl was missing and that we just got this information a few days ago. But she's been missing since January 9th.
Right.
Now, I when I spoke with you earlier, I said I wasn't going to call in.
You absolutely
I was just going to
did.
sit back and listen.
You absolutely did.
I was only going to listen. And I've been aware. I've been following this. I haven't been able to really sleep at night. I'm extremely concerned. I'm trying to mobilize for all of us to get out, to be able to look. But we don't even know where to look. This is like a needle in a haystack in a worldwide of I don't know where. You know, I have no idea. Once again, I told you I picked up flyers today. I picked up 300 flyers that Crime Stoppers of Michigan printed for us to pass out in the community, but we need to know what community we're passing them out in.
Right.
So whoever is responsible for this girl being missing, whatever has happened, I mean, the heat has been turned all the way up. Once again, we are very, very concerned in this community, and we're standing up because this is not to be tolerated. You cannot just dispose of children, run them away, or act as if you don't know anything. Friends don't know anything. Family don't know anything, and she's disappeared in thin air. It doesn't work like that. Someone knows something, and someone will say something, and we will continue to turn the heat up until we flood you out and you speak up, because this cannot go on, and we won't tolerate it.
Yeah, immediately when she said that, when I asked her the question, does she have any kind of history of her leaving the house, and then I seen you comment, I'm like, yeah, she's probably going to end up having to call in or wanting to call in to speak and let everybody know what you heard.
Right, and I've been standing back. I've been, really behind the scenes, just doing what I can, because it's not much more than I can do than any of you all. Just, we're hearing the things, the streets are talking, we're passing flyers out, we're asking, just being extremely concerned. I stood there with the community in the press conference with DPD, and we all are trying to figure out where this girl is to bring her home. But don't be fictitious and tell us lies. Don't make up things. Don't sit back and watch to try to plot and get your story together, or to hear who's saying what.
I don't know how long you've been tuned in, but if I'm not mistaken,
the entire time.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, right, while the father was on, did I not see someone make a comment and say your daughter is in the chat right now?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not that inebriated at all. Go back through the chat, and I wanted to go and find the page, but I was so busy. I know I'll go back if they didn't delete it, but yeah, it's like you say, a lot of twists and turns to this whole situation, man. And I really hope that we come to a positive to resolve to this. But it seems as if it's going to be hard to do when we have so many twists and turns, and not only the story itself, but the story that's being told by the people who we need to hear the information from.
And even like with the dad, as I told you, after doing the press conference, because it was aired live on all channels, and I get a phone call because I grew up with him.
Jarvis'
so they
daughter.
Reached out to me.
Okay, that was Jarvis' daughter they was talking about. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tamara.
Okay, yeah, the father reached out to me. I grew up with him. I have not seen him in years. We were kids, but it's my job as a community person in our community to help. So naturally, it made me feel like, oh wow, dang, this is somebody that I actually know. I'm gonna put my all in and try to help you all. I didn't know the situation of how the baby came about, or he cheated, or any. I didn't know any of this stuff. I just knew that it was his daughter and that he needed help, and just me of who I am to do so. But all of this arguing and who did what and who shouldn't have did what, or who knew something.
It do seem as if it's a lot of finger pointing. I ain't gonna say seem as if there is a lot of finger pointing going back and forth. I mean, but with me, with my discerning, what I mean, I feel like I feel like I know what's factual and what's not as far as what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I want to, even with the finger pointing, whatever happened, let's just move forward to get her out of the situation that she's in and get her resources to remove her out of the situation that she was in, that she will never be returned to that.
Is what I was going to say. At the end of the day, you know, with everybody saying what they're saying, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, the solution needs to be the solution, and that's finding her. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot. I've seen somebody in the comments saying, "Well, why are we not out right now?" Well, we actually are looking for it. We're having a community meeting about it, right? Even though we're all at the home right now, we're still
in the huddle,
dedicating time, okay, investing our time and energy and resources and emotions into this situation, right?
But let's
And
not get it twisted.
just like Tamara said, right? Once we can pinpoint an actual area in which we should be searching, right? Because the whole city is not up in awareness about this. Everybody is not looking in every neighborhood, although they should be. Once we can pinpoint an area where we should be looking at, then we'll go there. I'm quite sure it'll be organized, and Tamara Liberty will let everybody know, and then that'll be that. What you was about to say?
Yeah, I was to say that, but let's not get it twisted. When it is time to be boots on the ground, let's just have the same interaction. It will be greatly appreciated.
Most definitely.
More hands we have on deck, because once again, the police rely on the tips that the community gives. You know, they don't know. None of us know these people, but they do rely on the tips. And I'm hoping that someone from the department is listening tonight and being able to gather more information or to take notes to help them to what they're already have or what they're trying to do. And as we get this information and we start to mobilize as a community, I just hope that we can have as many hands on deck as possible.
Absolutely. Like I said, you make sure that you keep me updated on any kind of searches that's organized, especially on the east side, but anywhere, you know what I'm saying, from here at this point out, especially if it's in the city, so I can help out with getting everybody knowing about it and getting more people out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but just once again, thank you for bringing the awareness and just also just letting people know that this type of behavior is not acceptable and should not be tolerated. Not in any household. If you know something, don't just sit back and wait and later point the finger. It's necessary to speak up. It's necessary to keep speaking up until the point is given. You know, this should not be happening in today's time. This just shouldn't be going on.
Come on. I mean, in this day and age, and I mean, in a city like Detroit, where not only are we still I don't know if we can still claim the blackest city in America, right? Well, one of, if not the most blackest cities in America, where this happens so often, so frequently, so it's so in our face all the time, right? We have these kind of conversations over and over and over again each year. Now it's getting to the point where it's damn near every other month.
And it's also, like I told you earlier, it's giving me Zion Foster vibes.
That's kind of what I'm leading on to.
That's don't just exactly what disappear.
I'm segueing to. Exactly what I'm segueing to. You know what I mean? This is happening way too. Like, why are we here again? How are we here again? You know, after we just as a whole city went through what we went through with Zion. You know what I mean? We didn't learn nothing from that. We didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But I thank you for your platform. I thank you for your following, and just continue doing what you do, and just flooding these people out, and let's bring this baby home.
Most definitely, sister. You know I'm with you. Keep me posted on everything, all right?
I sure will. Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate you.
Okay. Bye.
So, yeah, that was Tamara Liberty Smith, Police Commissioner from District 1. I forgot to ask her if that was actually the district that she's the police commissioner of, but I'm sure that's what it is, if I remember correctly. Should I open the call in, Mac? Y'all want to start?
Good morning, Detective Lisa Johnson.
How are you employed?
Detroit Police Department.
And how long have you been employed by Detroit Police Department?
26 years.
And are you assigned to a specific unit or division?
Right now, homicide cold case.
Detective Johnson, can you pull that microphone down so that everyone can hear? Thank you.
And were you working back in February of 2024 in homicide cold case?
Yes.
Okay. And did you get the chance to assist in the investigation of, at that time, missing Naziyah Harris?
I did.
Okay. And I want to take you to the location of 20,000 Harper. Okay. Do you, did your assisting in the investigation take you to that location?
Yes.
And what is that location?
Park Crest Hotel.
Screen on that first page, you have 8 lines. Can you tell us the reason you have 8 lines and what they're indicating?
Number 36 is a cause report and tower map of the date and time of January 9th from 22:53 or 10:53 p.m. to January 10th of 2024 at 1:11 a.m.
Okay. And so that's the time you're analyzing here is from closer to midnight on the 9th going into the next morning, early morning on the 10th, correct?
Yes.
All right, and going to the second page of this exhibit, can you tell us what we're looking at in this map on the second page of exhibit 36?
In this map, we're looking at rows 1, 2, and 3. So this, the red dot that you have right there smack dab in the middle indicates 2000 Harper, which is the Park Crest Motel. And then the next slide has a different address associated with it. But what we're looking at right here is the 2000 Harper Park Crest Motel.
And is that in Harper Woods, if you know?
That I don't know.
Oh. That highway that it's just off of, that's 94 highway, correct?
Yes.
Oh. And the 2 towers, or the 2 lines that you have here, does that indicate the phone was interacting with those towers at the times in rows 1, 2, and 3?
Yes. You see the dark blue tower on the south side facing north. That's the area coverage. And then you have the light towers the light tower up top, the light blue, which is number 3, and that's facing downward, and they encompass the area. They overlap the area of the Park Crest Motel.
Okay. And the phone was interacting with both those towers at, go up for a second, 12:37 in the morning on the 10th?
Between 10:53 and 12:37 a.m.
And
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
It's Erica Anderson, ERICA ANDERSON.
And how are you employed?
I'm with the Michigan State Police Northville Crime Lab in the biology unit.
And how long have you been employed by Michigan State Police in the Northville Crime Lab?
For 15 years.
And what kind of education do you have for your job?
I have a bachelor's in biochemistry from Eastern Michigan University. I also have training with the National Forensic Science Technology Center and the Michigan State Police. That was approximately 1 year of testing in biology, forensic biology and DNA analysis.
Okay. So what kind of training, I guess, do you have to have for your role that you do, and do you do any continuously?
Yes, so I had approximately 1 year of training with, I previously mentioned, as well as continuous education, which includes at least 8 hours in DNA specific training, as well as up-to-date journal articles and current technology.
Okay. And do you have any certifications or any necessary licenses for this job?
No, we don't.
Okay. And have you testified as an expert before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Where at?
Washtenaw County, Wayne County, St. Clair, Oakland County, Federal.
And approximate how many times have you testified as an expert?
About 40.
And what is it that you've testified as an expert in?
On DNA analysis.
Your name for the record?
My name is Rian, is my first name. Green is my last name.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Green?
I am a forensic scientist with the Michigan State Police.
How long have you been a forensic scientist with the Michigan State Police?
I've been a forensic scientist for almost 4 years now.
4 years?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any, first, what is your primary role in, what division do you work in within the Michigan State Police lab?
I'm in the forensic laboratory and I am in the biology unit, also known as BFI, which is body fluid identification.
And is that what you've done for the 4 years that you've been at MSP?
No, I've actually been at MSP longer than the 4 years. I'm sorry, it's been almost 4 years.
Okay.
But I've been with MSP for a little over 15 years now.
You've been in the lab for the last 4 years, or almost 4 years?
Correct.
Okay. And while your time in the lab, has that been spent on body fluid identification?
Correct.
And do you have any training or education that allows you to do that role in body fluid identification?
Yes, well, my education, I have a bachelor's in chemistry from Tennessee State University, and my training, I went through a body fluid identification scientist training, which included practice samples, mock samples, casework observations, lots of literature to read.
And how long, in terms of hours, was that training? Or how many training hours do you have in total for this body fluid identification job, if you know?
I'm not sure of the hours, but the training was from June of 21 to September of 22.
Okay, so quite a long training.
Yes.
And did you successfully complete that training?
Yes.
And do you go through a recertification or retraining every year on an annual basis?
Not necessarily retraining, but we do have proficiency tests that we do. We have 2 a year that we do, and they are yearly, and they are mandatory.
And have you successfully completed all of those proficiency tests?
Yes, sir.
And are you currently working in the body fluid identification field?
Yes.
And how many different cases have you worked on to identify different body fluids that were submitted from law enforcement agencies in the almost 4 years you've worked there?
I don't have an exact number, but at least 100.
Okay.
I can say that.
Detroit Police Department, police officer.
And how long have you been employed as such?
10 years.
All right. Now I want to take you back to January 30th of 2024. Were you employed as a police officer with the Detroit Police at that time?
Yes.
And were you in a different unit than you are now?
Yes.
Okay, what unit were you in?
Cybercrimes unit.
And were you working back on January 30th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And did you get a chance to perform, well, I guess in your role in cybercrimes, what is it that you did?
For cell phone forensics.
Okay.
Or,
Would that include like extractions from phones, extractions from tablets, computers?
yes.
Okay. And did you get the chance to perform an extraction on a tablet back on January 30th, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And who was this you got that tablet from, if you remember?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you know if it was from Detroit Police or Detroit Public Schools or something else?
Detroit Public Schools.
Okay. And when you perform an extraction from a tablet, what is it doing? What do you do?
It's pulling the data from the phone.
Okay. And is it like making a complete copy of what's on that device?
Yes.
Okay. And officer, what? First, Your Honor, may I publish?
Yes.
So I can follow along with you. Fair to say that you are the examiner name, that would be you.
Yes.
And your organization is the Cybercrimes Unit?
Yes.
And the investigator is listed as a Detective Gardner. Are you familiar with that person?
Yes.
Okay. Who is that person?
Investigator with the Detroit Public Schools.
Okay. And what type of tablet is it that you extracted?
Amazon tablet.
Okay. And in this report, going on to page 2, when you do an extraction, you're able to, I guess, select parts of a device that you want to extract. Is that fair?
Can you ask that again?
When you run a report, are you able to select parts that you want to run a report for?
Yes.
Okay. And so in this case, as it relates to contacts, on page 2, tell me what type of contact is number 1?
Instagram.
Okay. And what is the name associated with that?
J-Bo.
Okay. And what's an interaction status?
A chat participant.
Okay. And do you know what that means?
That they would be involved in the chat.
Okay. And in box number 1, where it says, let's go to box number 2, where it says user ID. Is that the user ID that would be associated with that Instagram account?
Yes.
Okay. And can you read that user ID for me?
It's going to be 119-202-339-467-400.
I'm talking about for row number 1.
Row number 1.
Yes.
262-854-051.
Okay. And what's the username associated with that?
J-Bo back to the money.
Okay. And there is a contact number 2. Is that fair to say? Number 2 in the box.
You mean phone number?
No, the second account.
Number 2.
Yes, number 2. What kind of interaction status is that?
Friend.
Okay. And what's the
Friend.
Okay, and what's the name associated with that?
J-Bo.
Okay, and what kind of user in box number 2 under entries, there's a user ID. What kind of user ID is that?
Facebook.
Okay. And going back up to contact number 1, where it says photos, it's fair to say there's like a kind of a hyperlink there?
Yes.
Okay. And would that indicate that there is something attached to this contact?
Yes.
Okay. And it says photos. Would it be fair to say that would be a photo that was attached?
Yes.
Okay. And I believe that's going to be page 3 of that report. When you click photos, this is the photo that would come up under that Instagram account?
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Ms. Whitney.
Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Margaret Lavala.
And where are you employed?
Currently, I'm employed with the Macomb County Medical Examiner's Office.
And when did you start there?
In July of 2024.
And before starting there, where did you work?
I worked with the Detroit Police Department as a forensic technician.
Okay. And how long had you had that job?
I was there for about 6 years.
Okay. And what, as a forensic technician, what are your roles and responsibilities?
We would respond to scenes in the city of Detroit. We would take photos, collect evidence, search for evidence, and then compile a report based on our findings.
And I want to take you back to March 14th of 2024. Were you working with Detroit Police as a forensic tech at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you working alone or with a partner?
That day I was working alone.
And I want to take you to the area of 7 Mile and Berg. Is that in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you dispatched to that location on March 14th, 2024?
Yes, I was.
And what is it that you did at that location?
At that location, there was a wooded area just south of 7 Mile to the west of Berg, and we searched that wooded area for evidence related to a potential missing person.
Thank you. You state your name for the record, sir?
Antonio Carlisi.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a detective with the Detroit Police Department, homicide unit.
How long have you been with the Detroit Police Department in total?
Total of 29 years.
And how long in the homicide unit primarily?
11 years.
Okay. And what is your current role in the homicide unit?
At this time, I am one of two that extract surveillance videos from locations.
Okay. And does that sometimes include like doorbell cameras, Ring or Xfinity or something like that?
Correct, it does.
Okay. And did you do that? I want to take you back to January 20th, 2024. Did you receive a request or a dispatch to go to a location?
Not on that date, but yes, I did receive a request back in February 20th of 24 to make 4803 Bedford to recover some video.
Okay, and you said 4803?
Correct.
And did you write a report about this?
Correct.
Is there an error or a typo in your report regarding the address?
Yes, I have 3803.
And in preparation for your testimony, did you realize that that was a typo?
Correct.
Oh. And what was the reason you were dispatched to that location on Bedford?
At that time, to recover video from a surveillance unit that's showing a girl walking down the street.
Okay. And are you familiar with the area that address is in, or what the corner and cross streets are?
Yes.
And what are the corner and cross streets right next to that address?
That is Bedford and Cornwall.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Name's Wyatt Barnes.
And how are you employed?
I work for the United States Border Patrol.
And how long have you been employed by the U.S. Border Patrol?
14 years and change.
And were you working back on March 12th of 2024?
Yes.
And in what capacity were you working?
I was working in a search and rescue capacity. That's our primary job, or my primary job.
Okay. And were you working alone or with a partner or a group of people?
With a team. There was a sizable team that day.
And what is it that you guys were doing?
We were responding to a missing person.
Okay.
In that area.
And which area are we talking about? Where were you at?
7 Mile and Berg.
Okay. And what was your role in searching the 7 Mile and Berg area?
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank. I was on the east side of the bank in the 7 Mile Berg area.
Okay. And when you were searching this area, was there anything in particular that you were told to look for?
Just nothing solid, but there were just some like child-sized clothing things, just anything that could have been washed up on the riverbank. There was a storm recently, so we were in the water and on the riverbanks.
Okay, so you.
Your name for the record, sir?
Derek Wolf.
And what do you do for a living currently?
I work at 36th District Court as a court officer.
And how long have you worked at 36th District Court?
2 months.
And prior to that, where did you work at?
Detroit Public School Police Department.
And how long did you in total work for the Detroit Public Schools?
17 and a half years.
You worked for DPS for 17 and a half years?
Yes.
And how long have you been in law enforcement in total?
39 years.
Before DPS, who did you work for?
I retired from Detroit Police Department.
And what were some of your common roles and responsibilities at the Detroit Public Schools Police Department?
We go to the school. Sometimes we talk to the kids. We take care of the buildings, take care of the principals, we take care of the family. and make sure everybody's by the law.
Oh. And in January of 2024, what was your assignment at the DPS Police Department?
I was assigned to investigations.
And as part of that assignment, does that include going out and taking reports from people who are making police reports to the school police department?
Yes.
Okay. I want to direct your attention to January 10th, 2024. Did you go to J.E. Clark School in Detroit?
Yes.
And what was the reason you went there, sir?
I got sent there by my lieutenant about a missing 13-year-old young lady from the school.
And when you went there, did you speak with someone who was making that report?
Yes.
Who was that person?
I talked to her guardian, or grandmother, which is her guardian.
And is that Annette Harris?
Yes.
Good morning. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Are you good?
Okay. Why don't you start coming into the witness box? Are you ready, Mr. McPhee?
Thank you, Judge. You state your name for the record?
My name is Omar Reyes.
And what do you do for a living, sir?
I am currently the interim deputy chief medical examiner for Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office.
And how long have you worked at the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office?
About 6 years.
And what is your role at that office?
I perform autopsies to determine the cause and manner of death.
And do you have certain education that allows you to do that job?
Yes.
And can you tell us about that education?
I'm a physician by occupation and forensic pathology by specialty. I attended medical school at Damascus University in Syria. After that, I moved to the U.S. where I did my residency training in anatomic and clinical pathology at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. Following that, I did a fellowship in forensic pathology at the Medical College of Wisconsin and passed the board examination in anatomic, clinical, and forensic pathology.
And is that two separate board certifications?
Yes.
Okay, and can you just separate those out?
Yes, so I passed the board examination for anatomic and clinical pathology and the board examination for forensic pathology, so I'm certified in both.
And then, is that while you were working at the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office?
No, before.
Okay, and then you started working there?
Yes.
And for the last 6 years, has it been your primary role or one of your main roles is to perform autopsies?
Yes.
And are you currently practiced or licensed to practice medicine in the state of Michigan?
Yes.
And have you testified as an expert in this field before?
Yes.
Judge, at this time I would move to qualify Dr. Reyes as an expert in forensic, anatomical, and clinical pathology. May I proceed, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you. Could you state your name for the record, ma'am?
Tashiana Davis.
And Ms. Davis, I want to ask you about someone by the name of Jarvis Butts. Do you know that person?
Yes.
And how do you know Mr. Butts?
He was my fiance.
And do you see Mr. Butts in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point to him and identify a piece of clothing that he's wearing?
She's right there with a green top on.
For the record, the witness has identified the defendant, Jarvis Butts, in this matter.
So reflective.
Thank you. And how long, you said he was your fiance.
Yes.
How long in total have you known Mr. Butts?
4 years.
And
Since 2019.
2019?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And when did you become engaged?
2023.
And can you tell us a little bit about the nature of that relationship? Do you have any children with him? Things like that?
No children.
Okay.
Tashiana was in the hospital when we had executed the search warrant at her house. I had had a conversation with her on the phone while we were there. Her children were there. I scheduled an interview for her later. I believe it might have been like the next day or two later that she came down to headquarters.
afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Naziyah Johnson,
And how old are you?
31.
And I don't want to know your exact address, but what is this? What street do you live on?
Outer Drive in Belfort.
And what kind of vehicle did you drive back in January of 2024?
A blue Nissan Sentra.
Okay. And do you recall being interviewed by Detroit police back on August 30th of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. And fair to say that was in relation to a Jarvis Butts?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know a Jarvis Butts?
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that you know Jarvis Butts?
He's my daughter's father.
Okay. And do you see Mr. Butts in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And can you point to him and tell me the color of the clothing that he's wearing?
He's right there and he's wearing green.
And Your Honor, would the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant?
So reflected.
Thank you. And you said that he's your daughter's father.
Yes.
How old is your daughter?
She just turned 2.
And when did you meet Jarvis Butts?
2019.
And how was it that you met him?
I had a flat tire and I went to his auto shop on Warren and Casual, a Neff.
Now, you said you have one daughter with Mr. Butts. Do you have any other children?
Yes.
Okay. What other children do you have?
I have a son.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's 7.
And that is not a child by Mr.
No.
Butts? Okay. And did you, did they do anything at your house when you were there?
They searched my house.
Did they ever search, on that day, did they search your vehicle?
No.
Okay.
They just looked in there. They didn't do it full. I don't know if that was what you call a search of them looking inside.
Okay. Was there ever a time that you allowed Jarvis to use your vehicle?
Yes, one time.
Okay. And which
2 times, I should say.
2 times? Okay.
Ms.
And
Johnson, can you speak up just a little louder?
2 times.
Thank you.
in which vehicle was that?
The blue Nissan Sentra.
Okay. And I showed you a PowerPoint before of 197 photos of a Nissan Sentra. Do you recall seeing those photos?
Yes.
And
Ms. Ripley, can you hold off one moment for the court reporter?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Do you recall me showing you the photos of a Nissan Sentra before?
Yes.
Okay. And in showing you those photos, did those fairly and accurately depict how your Nissan Sentra looked back on August 30th, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. Now, well, first I'll move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 11, the PowerPoint of the Nissan Sentra.
Any objection?
No objection.
It will be admitted as People's Exhibit 11.
Thank you, Judge. And may I publish?
Yes.
Now, when you let Jarvis Butts borrow your vehicle, did it look? Oops, sorry. Did it look how it was photoed?
The back was messed up, but the front was good.
Okay.
It was fixed.
So back in January of 2024, your car still had the front end?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the only difference in how it looked
On
from?
the photo, yes.
Okay. So that's the only difference in how it looked from January of 2024?
Yes.
Okay. When is it that Mr. Butts borrowed your vehicle?
January 9th.
Is that the first time?
Yes.
Okay. And you said there was a second time?
Yes.
When was that?
I think it was either the next day or the day after that day. I don't remember.
Okay. The first time, let's talk about the first time. How did it come about that he borrowed your car?
He called and asked if he can use my car to do something with his son.
Okay. And when is it that how did he get your car?
I didn't get home till about 9 o'clock and he came to my house to pick
Okay.
my car up.
Is that 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.? Okay. And you said he came to your house and picked it up?
Yes.
Okay. To your knowledge, did Mr. Butts say how long he was going to borrow your car for?
No.
Okay. Did you have a reason, a time where you expected it back?
At least 2 hours.
Okay. When did Mr. Butts return with your car?
The next morning.
Was this normal, abnormal?
No, not normal.
Not normal? Okay. And did Mr. Butts say what he was doing when he had your car?
No.
Okay. Did you notice anything different about or in your car after his use that first time?
No.
Okay. Did you notice anything in the back seat that was different?
There was a pair of glasses that was left that my son was playing with at the time.
Okay. And I'm going to show you. In People's Exhibit 11, photo 37. Where at would your son be sitting?
On the passenger side.
Okay, in the passenger.
On the back seat.
So, where is it? You can kind of see it better in photo 41. He would sit behind the passenger seat?
Yes.
Okay. Describe the glasses that he was playing with.
I believe they were clear around the frame part. I don't know what the ends look like, but I do remember they were clear around frames.
Okay. And I want to show you what's already been introduced as People's Exhibit 12. Turn the approach.
Yes.
Is there anything in People's Exhibit 12 that you recognize?
The glasses.
Okay. How is it that you recognize those glasses?
They were clear just like that. The one my son was playing with.
Okay.
Your name for the record, ma'am?
Valerie Louise Smith.
And Ms. Smith, I want to call your attention back to March 7th of 2024. At that time, in what area did you live?
That's where I live currently, on 7 Mile Evergreen area.
Okay, and is that near Evergreen and St. Martin's?
Yes.
Okay, is that in the city of Detroit, Wayne County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on March 7th, 2024, did you come into contact with the police?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the reason you came into contact with the Detroit Police Department?
I found a young lady's ID.
And where did you find that ID?
Directly across the street from my house.
And was it like a driver's license, school ID, or something else?
School ID, it looked like.
And when you found that, was that the first time you had seen it there?
No, I stepped over it for 2.5 weeks before I decided to pick it up.
Okay, and is there a reason after 2.5 weeks of noticing it there that you decided to pick it up?
I just decided to pick it up that day. I was going out shopping. I said, well, let me get it and send it back to whomever it belongs to.
Okay, and when you picked it up, did you read the name on that ID?
Yes.
And what was the name on the ID?
Zaniyah Harris.
And did that raise any concerns in your mind?
It sure did.
And what's the reason it raised concerns?
I just heard it on the news before it came out.
You heard her name?
Her name, yes.
And when you picked it up, did you have gloves on or anything like that?
No, no.
And you used your bare hand then?
I took my thumb and flipped it. And when I saw the name, I just put my hands on the outside of it.
And what was the reason you just put your hands on the
I
outside?
didn't want any disturb any of the prints that were on there.
Good afternoon. Could you please state your name for the record?
Tijuana Butts,
And how old are you, Ms. Butts?
46.
And do you know someone named Jarvis Butts?
Yes,
And how is it that you know him?
he's my brother.
Okay. And how old is Jarvis Butts?
42.
And do you know his birthday?
Yes,
When's his birthday?
November 21st, 1982.
And do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
I saw him walking in.
Okay. And can you point to him and tell me the color of the clothing that he's wearing?
He has on, I believe it's dark green shirt. He's sitting behind the little lady to the side of you.
And Your Honor, would the record reflect when it says identified the defendant in this case?
So reflected. And just to be clear, you said I saw him walking in. You saw him when you were walking in or when he was walking in?
When I was walking in just now.
Thank you.
And Ms. Butts, where did you know Jarvis to work?
He worked at a shop on Warren and F, called Frank's, and then he moved to a shop on Hopper and Connors. I don't know the name of it.
And Ms. Butts, do you remember talking to Detroit police back on February 26th of 2024?
Yes.
And what's the reason that you went and talked to Detroit police?
I had reason to believe that I saw Naziyah the day she went missing.
There is another girlfriend who, her name is Lucretia Bryant Hauser.
Could you state your name for the record?
Talasha Moore.
And, excuse me, Ms. Moore, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, but first I want to ask you, do you know someone by the name of Cordell Wright?
I do.
And how do you know Mr. Wright?
He is the father of my nephew, my 17-year-old nephew.
So, your sister's son?
Yes.
Gotcha. And is that how you met Mr. Wright?
Yeah.
Or your sister?
Yes.
Okay. And in what context is your relationship with Mr. Wright? How did you know him? Did he ever do anything for you? Things like that.
He fixed my mother's car. He worked on her car.
Okay. And what kind of car does your mother drive?
A red Jaguar.
And what's your mom's name?
Jacqueline Campbell.
And going back to January of 2024, where were you living at the time? Not your specific address, just the city.
Ypsilanti.
And who else lived with you in Ypsilanti?
My mom and my son.
Okay. And would Mr. Wright ever come out to Ypsilanti to fix your mom's car, her Jaguar?
Yes.
How often did he do that?
Like a couple times, at least 2 times.
And was that around January of 2024?
That was the last time.
In January was the
Yes.
last time? And when he would go out there, would he bring anyone with him?
This last time he did.
What about
Or
prior?
the last 2 times. So before January 9th, him and someone else came, and then on January 9th, they both came.
Okay. And the person that he brought with him, do you see that person in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And could you point to him and identify a piece of clothing he's wearing?
Well, I can only see the top of his head right now.
Are you 100% sure that it's that person? Could we have everyone remove their masks, Judge, just for a brief moment?
If everyone in the courtroom could remove their mask if they have one on, please.
Ms. Moore, do you see the person that Mr. Wright brought with him?
I do.
And could you point to him and identify a piece of clothing he's wearing?
A green one-piece thing.
For the record, the witness has identified Jarvis Butts, the defendant in this matter.
So reflected.
Thank you. And you said Mr. Butts came out how many times with Cordell?
At least 2. So this last time in January and the time before that.
Okay, and the time before that, who was anyone else with the 2 of them?
No.
And what were they doing the time before January 9th?
Working on the car. I can't remember. It was a couple of things they had to fix on it, and they came out and did it in the driveway.
Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say the last time when we got the car towed to the shop and they drove it back up.
Okay. And so in between the most recent time before January 9th, the Jaguar, correct me if I'm wrong, was towed to Detroit?
Correct.
Okay. And then on January 9th, did you see that red Jaguar again?
Yeah.
Okay. Who brought that Jaguar out to Ypsilanti?
Cordell and Jarvis.
Okay. And was anyone else with Cordell and Jarvis?
Yes.
Who is that person?
Naziyah.
And I want to clarify, at the time on the 9th, when Cordell, Jarvis, and Naziyah came, did you know that that was Naziyah Harris?
No.
Do you know that now?
I do know now.
Okay. And is that based on information you've learned or seen in the news and things like that?
Well, it was based on when the detectives came to the house to question us. That's when I found out who she was.
Do you have his name down? Could you spell his first name for me?
Cordell.
Right. Ready to get it, sir?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning.
And Mr. Wright, do you have a nickname?
Yes.
And what's your nickname?
King.
Is that K-I-N-G?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. How old are you?
37.
When's your birthday?
11/17.
What year?
86.
And Mr. Wright, back in January 2024, were you on a MDOC tether?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And what dates were you on tether from?
From March 14th, 23 to March 28th of 24.
And what were your tether restrictions back then?
I could leave the house from 6 in the morning. I had to be back in by 9 p.m.
Mr. Wright, do you know someone named Jarvis Butts?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know Jarvis Butts?
I first met him, we worked together at a shop called Frank's. And then we owned the shop together.
Okay. And do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
No.
Would you be able to stand up so you can look around?
Yes. No.
When did you meet Mr. Butts?
2018.
And you said you two worked together initially at a place called Frank's?
Frank's.
All right. Where was Frank's at?
He has a couple locations. He has 7, but the one I met him at was on Warren and Neff.
Warren and Neff. Okay. And what locations of Frank's did you work at with Mr. Butts?
Warren and Neff.
Can you look at these and tell me if you recognize those?
I recognize this one, and this one.
And those are those a fair and accurate depiction of the Frank's Auto Shops? At least 2 of them on Warren and the other one maybe on Harper?
Yes.
Okay. Which is the one that's on Harper?
The last one on the inside.
Okay. And that's People's Proposed Exhibit 6?
Yes.
Okay. You're not moving for the admission of People's 4, 5, and 6?
Any objection? No objection. They'll be admitted as People's Exhibits 4, 5, and 6.
Thank you, Judge. And what is at 9,000 Connor?
A Sicko, a car wash, and our shop was in the middle of both. Yes, I recognize.
Okay. And are those a fair and accurate depiction of your shop at 9000 Connor?
Yes, it is.
And you're not with the admission of People's Proposed Exhibits 7 and 8?
No objection. They'll be admitted as People's Exhibits 7 and 8.
I want to take you back to when you were working at Frank's with Mr. Butts. Did you ever see Mr. Butts with any children there?
Yes.
And specifically, did you see him with any young girl children?
Yes.
And did you know who those were?
Yes.
Who were they?
His daughter, his niece.
Daughters and niece. What about any boys?
Yes.
Okay. And who were they?
His sons.
How often would you see him with children there at Frank's?
Sporadically.
Have a seat.
You want to speak into this mic, you also pick it up holding your laptop.
Whenever you're ready, Mrs. Ripley.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Could you please state your name for the record?
Shannon Harris,
And Ms. Harris, how old are you?
31.
And back on January, or in January 2024, where did you live?
But my mom resides with my mother,
With your mother? Okay, who's your mom?
Annette Harris,
And without telling me the exact address, what street did you live on?
Bedford.
And do you have any children?
Yes,
How many kids do you have?
5.
And do all your kids have the same dad?
Yes,
Who's their dad?
Jarvis Butts.
And you said your mom's name is Annette. Do you have any sisters?
Yes, 2.
What are their names?
Kenyatta Harris and Marquita Harris.
Are they older, younger, or something else?
Oh, there. Marquita is a twin. She's my twin, same age.
Okay. And Kenyatta's older?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have any nieces or nephews?
yes,
Do you know someone named Naziyah Harris?
yes.
What's your relationship to her?
My relationship to her, she is my niece. I'm her aunt.
Okay. And whose daughter is she?
My older sister is Kenyatta Harris.
This and where you calling from?
It's Devin and Shan this time. Hello.
Devin who?
Devin, the one in the comments, is with Shan. With Shannon.
Oh, okay. What you got to say, Devin?
So, first of all, I want to say to all the people that say we're not looking, first of all, it's been days we drove up and down this whole motherfucking city, all of Warren, this whole block, everywhere, knocking on doors. We can't look so motherfucking hard because we're not the police. Bitch, we can't kick doors in. What else? How hard are we supposed to look? It's been days we walked in the code, knocking on doors, banging on doors, asking people, where is she at? Y'all like, hello? And y'all talking about, y'all need to go look for the family, y'all need to go look for her, If somebody was on live talking about your kid or your missing niece or your missing child or whatever, you would be here too trying to clear your name up just like Shannon is. Hello? Like, what is going on? And to the bitch that said she was going to beat our ass, bitch, I would love to see you try. Bitch, I will drop the address right now and bitch, you can
That ain't what we doing here.
Right
That's
now.
not what we doing here, but
And it's not what we're doing here, but that's what I have to say. That's what I have to say because that's what she has to say, so that's what I'm going to say. And she's the one that keep getting on the phone and that keep lying. We know you're lying. So stop it. Stop. because we know everything. And to the one you said, the one
Okay, wait.
said that,
Stop, hold on, wait. When you say we know everything, what is the everything that y'all know?
I'm gonna let Shan explain all of that because that's Shan. I'm gonna finish what I'm saying and I'm gonna pass it to Shan. Amen. Let me hold on. And, what was I about to say before you said that? And the Sarge that you said, nobody ever asked that question. Shan even said that. Nobody asked them that. They never said that. Nana, like she said, Nana runs a tight ship. A tight ship. The only time I see those kids outside is when they take that trash out. When they take that trash out. Doors locked by 8 o'clock.
You said the only time you see the kids is when they take the trash out.
And when they play in the backyard.
Only time you see the kids is when they take the trash out and when they play in the backyard.
Yes.
Where are you in proximity of the kids to see them other than them taking the trash out and playing in the backyard?
My best friend lives next door, so I be next door, and Nana lives next door to where I be at most of the time.
Okay, when you say that you only see them when they taking the trash out or playing in the backyard, what is that saying? That they're always confined into the house? That they're always gone?
That's not what
No, that's
saying.
why I'm just saying. Well, what was the point of expounding on that? Is what I'm trying to.
No, because y'all are saying that they. How am I supposed to put this? Hold on. It's a lot of shit going through my head right now, and I just. Y'all are saying it's they. I've heard things like they're stuck there. They can't leave the house. They never go outside. They don't do this. They don't do that. It's all of this. It's all of that. Abuse this. Abuse that. Never that. Never that. It's nothing like that. Nothing like that. Y'all are speaking on things that y'all don't know about. That's what's getting me. That's what's getting me. So now,
So do you know Jarvis?
Not personally. I never spoke to that man in my life.
Oh, okay.
I know of him, but I've never been in his presence. I know of him, but I've never spoken to him.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess is there something else that you want to say besides, I guess, rebutting the things that you've seen in the comments in regards to what?
I'm good. Now I'm passing it to Shan.
Years before Jarvis Butts would be charged by Wayne County's prosecutor, accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old Naziyah Harris, Harris's own relatives say they saw the warning signs and told anyone who would listen.
So that at that point, I was like, this is too much. I'm calling CPS.
I tried not just once, but multiple times for them to take me serious in what I was saying.
Kiwana Morton and her cousin Jernell are both relatives of Naziyah Harris. In February of 2022, Jernell says she learned of allegations of improper touching involving Butts and other small children.
Anything, then I wanted to let you, have that. So, they was just on there like, you ain't give a fuck, but you did,
I love my daughter. It can't be measured how much I love my daughter. And I'm still holding on the fact and the possibility and the fact that she is still living,
right,
regardless of the news and everything say I don't do the publicity, I don't do, people's platform or however they want to benefit off the situation. My concern is about my daughter. And just who doesn't see my face or see me all everywhere like some of my, family members be, that doesn't mean that I'm not involved and I'm not trying to keep up with what's going on with my daughter.
right.
That's as much I got to say about it to anyone. I don't have to show my face all on the news or, be
on everybody's podcast and all that. I don't have to do all that for somebody to feel that I'm involved with what's going on with my daughter. Period. Period. Period, boo. See, they don't know. Letty can build a motherfucking house while they all on Facebook from the ground up. You hear me? Yes, I have multiple skills. Period. Very intelligent. And got them hands. Stop playing with lady. Period. And this shit killing her. It's killing her. Absolutely, it's killing me. Nobody knows how I feel about this because it's not them. It's not they. No one knows how I struggle every day just to get through day by day. And I'm trying to still be a mother because I do have a son. So it's hard for me, and I try not to get wrapped up in the bull crap. I just try to keep it about the facts and the investigation and what's going on with my daughter. All the other shit is relevant to me. Yeah. Relevant to me. Yeah.
Tavares, how y'all doing? Nice to have y'all today. Coming to speak to y'all about my story, get it out. I just appreciate y'all for this opportunity. Thank you.
So, your sister was 13 during the disappearance. Is she still 13 or did she turn 14 already?
She turned 14 already.
Okay, so now she's 14 and you...
September 16th.
So what age are you now?
I'm 18.
Okay, so you're 18, she's 14, so that will give you guys like a 4-year age difference. Okay. So, 4-year age difference, same mom, same dad?
Same mom, different dad.
Okay, where's your dad?
I think they said my dad was deceased. Last time, I checked in,
Mm-hmm.
they said my dad was deceased, but her dad passed away before she went missing.
I did see this story, and I also heard his interview. He sounded in deep grief. Have you ever seen her dad physically? Met him?
Yeah, I had. We pulled up on me one day. We chopped it up, went out to eat. He just kicked it with me. Because I ain't really meet him like that. I ain't never get to meet my sister dad like that.
So you didn't know him until the disappearance. You never met him.
I knew she had a dad, I knew he was coming around and stuff, but I ain't never known him personally.
Okay, so basically, when he found out she disappeared, that's when he probably connected with you a little bit more.
Yeah, soon he was trying to want to help me out,
Mm-hmm.
At that time, we were told that the shoes were possibly blue and white Nike shoes that we had been looking for.
When you're out there at 7 Mile and Berg, do you have an idea of what you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the idea of what you're looking for?
So initially when we were out there, again, we had the clothing description. We had the picture of her that she had sent that night, or that day that she went missing on the 9th. So we were looking for the black hoodie. We were looking for, again, initially we were told blue and white gym shoes.
Now, is there a time where that changes?
Yes.
Okay, and what is it that makes that change?
So as we go out to areas and search, when we leave, a lot of times large community groups may go out there, right? And they saw that we were at 7 and Berg, and I know people come out there to help. There was a group that had been out there and they were recording, and they saw a pair of Nike shoes, which were the red and black. We were alerted of those on our initial search. It's documented in our river search report. But because we weren't focused on the red and black, and we were looking for blue and white Nike shoes, we left them there, but we did GPS the coordinates.
Stop you right there. That would have been Border Patrol Agent Wyatt Barnes.
Yes.
Okay, you heard his testimony.
Yes.
All right, so continue.
Yeah. So on our initial search, we knew they were out there. The pink hoodie was identified, but we didn't collect them because, again, we didn't have anything about a pink hoodie or a pink onesie, and the shoes weren't matching. And there's a lot of clothing out there. There's a lot of shoes out there. There's people's clothes. There's all type of debris. So I can't collect every single piece of clothing and article that we find. Later, I get the information that as the search team is out there, they had called 911 because they saw these shoes. And they posted a picture of these shoes somewhere or sent it to Naziyah's brother. Naziyah's brother then reached out to me and he sent me a picture of Naziyah wearing the black and white Nike shoes.
Okay.
Once I saw she had the exact same shoes on that are depicted, that were described out there, I knew immediately where to go. I gathered a couple members of my team and we immediately went back out to where the shoes were GPS located and recovered the shoes.
Well, he said he wanted you out of here. You ain't want to leave, so that's why we here.
Who?
Your boyfriend.
I'm on the phone with the landlord right now. Like, what you mean? Like what you mean? Like, he's here off the track of my love. So it's to me.
This his house.
Who?
This his house.
This who house?
It's our house.
Tina,
Don't
you
act
come
like
upstairs
that.
right now?
You can come up here.
Yeah,
Because
you
want to leave.
You talking about this? You talking about some this?
But you lived with your mama when he moved here.
First of all, he stayed around the corner. He wasn't even staying here, and we ain't gonna do that.
I know. But don't walk up on me though. I ain't walking towards you.
But this is my
I can
house.
walk towards you. I don't give a fuck. This is my house.
Right. Get her. This is my house. This is my house. We're not doing that. Hey, this is my house. Hey, this is my house. Okay. This is my house.
This is my nephew out.
Okay.
I ain't about to touch
You
her.
trying to hide? Make it seem like it's just
I'm
his house.
hot.
It's not.
I'm hot.
I'm hot too.
Okay, well don't
I'm
walk
hot
towards
too.
me.
The fuck?
Okay. Well, he live here too.
I didn't say he did. So what you mean?
Okay.
You
Hey y'all, what's going on? I know a lot of y'all are going to be tuning in to the podcast later on tonight, so I hope to see y'all there on 7 Mile Radio with Mark D. I feel like a lot of people keep asking me, who am I? Who are you? Who is Roxy? Who is Roxy? And y'all see me on the podcast with Mark and the twins. I feel like people see like her family and they associate her family and be like, oh, that's her family, attack her, right? It's not that case. Or you know, the ones in the comments that's saying, oh, you knew and you failed her and this and this and that. You know, half of y'all don't even know what's going on in your own households. Okay, that's for the trolls. That's for the trolls. Y'all don't even know what's going on underneath your own roof. Second of all, I am a relative of hers that was not here, not in her house, not knowing what was going on with her, you know, what was going on with her, Nat, Shannon, Marquis, all of them, what was going on with all of them in their household. And I'm sure y'all don't know everything that goes on in all of y'all cousins' households or your friends' households or what have you. But I came out of town, out of state, to come help when I found out that she was missing and how long she was missing for, and didn't really have that many boots on the ground. So I am here to help find her, search for her, whatever it is that I can do, to help bring her to a place where she feels safe. Because if I would have known, I wouldn't have really gave a damn who said what, who felt what. If I would have known that all of this was going on, especially with me, I live out of state. If I would have known what was going on, I would have took her in like she was my own child and came and got her or what have you myself and took care of my little cousin. But like I said, we are the extended family. We did not know what was going on. Nobody knew what was going on. And for the people who was around her, friends, family, so the family that was around her or associated with them, they didn't even know what was going on in that house. And there's people that have reached out that's been around them for 20 years. Like they said, they never seen the chains on the refrigerator. They never saw signs. The kids never said anything. So, you know, I can say for myself what I am doing for her, being out of state and coming into state to help, you know, find her and bring her to a place. I don't even really know if I want to say home, but bringing her to a place to where she can feel, you know, safe, loved, and be treated how a 13-year-old girl is supposed to be treated. Y'all tune in to the podcast tonight, or what have you, with some other her immediate family members who have been around her and know her, you know, on a more personal level, or what have you. Some people are wanting to know, you know, the information and all this other stuff like that. We only know what the police is getting us, what the police is giving us, or what the police is giving out, or what have you. But you know, we still searching, we still looking. But I'm just a relative of hers that was unaware, you know, that so much was going on. As far as the Jarvis situation, when we found out that that was going on, it was posted. Some of her immediate family members, you know, did report what was going on, or what have you, and stuff like that. So we doing only what we can do, or I am. You know, I can speak for myself, or what have you. But I'm just here to help and do what I can do. That's it. That's all.
Good morning, Facebook. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to get on here because these things are getting a little old, and the stuff that's being said on my page is getting a little out of hand. And it's to the point where people are just saying what sounds good and not what makes sense. And so I want to address that issue. And I've always been one that believes in not just saying what sounds good to your ears, but what's truth. I've been trying not to say anything more because, you know, if it doesn't apply, it flies, right? So, but I'm getting a little sick of it. I really am. But I'm not angry. I'm not coming with the angry tone or a spirit of debauchery or just being argumentative. What I am seeing is if you're speaking truth, truth is going to always be twisted to fancy someone's hearing. Even Jesus, when he was took before the courts, he spoke truth, but it was twisted, and it was made to sound like something it wasn't, even when it was just what it was, truth. And every morning, this year, and it's just funny it waited to this year for it to happen, but every morning this year, my Facebook has been blowing up, and I came on a panel trying to dismiss the false allegations against me, seeing that I was nowhere around the situation. I've been on there trying to dismiss it, but I also tried to explain to the family in hopes that they would hear the truth and take it as the truth and not as a way of a means of attack. Unfortunately, that was a failed attempt. I met these people through dating the uncle of the said girl that was abducted. We're gonna say that. And in so doing, I came to the house and I met the mother just as you would if you were dating someone. You meet the parent and you try to assure them, especially if there's a close connection in the family, you try to assure them that their relative is in safe hands. Okay, that's the old-fashioned way of doing things. I never lived in the house, never. But I did hang around enough to know that there was some discord. But if we're honest about things, we all deal with some discord. Jesus said there's nobody perfect, no one. But see, that's why God took an imperfect people and gave them a perfect love. Now, even at your best, hear me what I say, even at your best, you have people who refuse to accept the perfect love that's given to them. And so they choose and they make decisions to go out and do things that are not representing that perfect love.
Yeah, you so you say y'all was I was on the phone with y'all and you said y'all was telling me about how it's this picture that's floating around with Naziyah right now, this older guy, right?
Yeah.
The brother, right?
Yeah.
And then come to find out that that dude is Annette's brother, her uncle.
doing tonight, man?
I'm just, I'm frustrated and I'm frustrated, hurt, confused, just everything. And just trying to stay alive. That's about it. Trying to stay alive.
Dig it, dig it. Now, when you spoke to me last night, you said that you had like no idea about what was going on in regards to the situation. So what did you know or what didn't you know as far as what's going on?
So, I was, and I got a really, really bad heart. Operates at 5%. So I was in a hospital when the police contacted me. And so it took me by surprise. So they asked if they could give the grandmother the number. I'm like, yeah, because, we had lost contact. So they gave her the number. So I continued talking to the police. Everything, like she said, everything that this woman has said, it's been like in a common way. Like, she's a straight A student. She sent me pictures of, like young pictures, like to where in my mind, I'm like, okay, my baby's still okay, So with Naziyah and Naziyah mom, just briefly, okay, we had made an agreement when she was born that the grandmother would take care of her. Now, the grandmother needed full rights to be able to provide full care, So we both signed over our rights to the grandmother. I put myself on child support. Now, once you did that, I put myself on child support. I was still going over their birthdays, taking clothes, everything. When I had this procedure done to my heart, I didn't have a phone for a while because I was in the hospital. They put a defibrillator pacemaker in. I had to go to rehab to work, so I lost contact. When I got out of there, they had moved, so I couldn't get in contact with them. Now, forward 3 or 4, maybe 5 years later to now, however much time that was, now my daughter's missing. And that's when the police came now.
Okay.
So that's briefly.
Okay. Now, I want to say, without, as I don't mean no disrespect by it, but without getting into too much your business, your personal business, I guess as deep as you want to go, why was it that you felt like you needed to give your rights up to her as opposed to raising her yourself if you knew that the mother was in whatever condition that she was in where she couldn't take care of her? Why didn't you take her?
All right. So, I made a decision, for one, without my wife knowing. See, I'm married, so I made a decision without my wife knowing, and her name is Chantel. Tail knew my position where I was in because we had worked together, and we had told the grandmother, the situation. So, and I know people are going to go ham or whatever, but I tried to be as responsible as my mind at that time could take. And, I didn't run. Everybody want to say something. Go get them other guys that ain't taking care of this and ain't taking care of that. I took care of it. So, it was only because at that time, in my mind, I was trying to protect my wife's feelings without her even knowing.
So when you say you made a decision without your wife knowing, the decision was to give up custody of your daughter, or was it what was the decision?
To sign the rights over so the grandmother can do full, so she'll be able to provide anything that she needed as far as funding, stake, whatever she might need.
So you made that decision without your wife. So do you feel like had you told your wife the situation, she would have what? Maybe convinced you to take her or convinced you to do what you did?
You know what? Now, when all this happened just now, I even apologized to my wife because I took away my wife's ability to, have her own feelings for the situation, and I knew that, and I had to have that conversation again with my wife. Now, had I not done what I done, I know for sure this situation wouldn't have happened, and it's tearing me apart because she would have had the two homes to go to and come to, and a lot of stuff. But my background growing up, it wasn't. I mean, I think it's still, you got to understand, everybody don't make right decisions. Everybody just hear the story. Oh, he should have done this. I'm pretty sure you should have done some things too. Now, I'm just being upfront and truthful about what happened at that time. That's all I'm doing. Right. And I if somebody want to ask, fine, but I still don't want to get away from me putting the information out here that I do know.
Okay, right.
For the main reason we're here.
Yeah, most definitely.
But
I mean, that was.
I do think people deserve a background like, where's this guy been, or what's
and that's what that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, who are you? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people it seem to be forming an opinion, not knowing whatever the situation may be. So I was just trying to give you a platform to speak your piece and say what you had to say as far as how you felt about the situation, and as well as about what as far as going on, as far as I guess the conditions of the family that she was living in, and all of that. So I mean, what beyond what I just asked you would you like people to know about the situation, whether it be like I said about the family or you or what do you want the people to know?
I mean, I would take any questions if somebody want to ask, but as far as if we are moving forward to the grandmother of Naziyah, I'm gonna move right forward.
Okay, so, now before we do that though, I do see one question that I want to address. Now, somebody asked, so did you cheat on your wife? Okay, and conceive Naziyah?
Yeah, obviously. Yep. That is what it would be. Yeah, that is what it would be.
So you did that to basically protect her from knowing about her and gave her up to the grandmother. So at what point did she find out about your daughter?
So, for one, when you put yourself on child support, they come out. I didn't know that. So they came out, and I came home from work one day, and I had to have a total conversation with my wife. And what had happened had been done already, and that's how my wife found out, and I had to deal with it, and I had to deal with it.
So now, one thing that was in the back of my mind, as I was learning the history from some of the family of Lady, I guess that's her name, that's what y'all call her or whatnot, and her history.
I call her Chantel.
Okay, Chantel.
I call her Taylor Chantel. Yeah.
Chantel Lady. I didn't know. I couldn't remember her first name. Like what was she like when you were with her? If you could give us a window into that.
We worked together. We redid homes, and she was really good at painting, drywall, and things like that. So I don't know if I was arguing at home or and I used to drink heavily, smoke weed and drink all day back then, and was probably led to some of my conditions. So intoxicated, she was like a real cool person, like to work with, and I guess, under influence, one thing led to another, and the situation had happened. But Chantel was dibbling, dabbling, with drugs back then, I believe it was like coke. I think it was cocaine. You know, she didn't do no pipes. I think it was just cocaine. But
did you ever use it with
it
her?
moved back.
You ever used it with her?
Oh no, I don't. No,
Okay.
no, I don't. No, I ain't that, even that type of cat. So, and Chantel was, bisexual. So, it was kind of almost like a party lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it was. Now, as far as when I talk to the grandmother, this situation has gotten a lot worse. Now, Chantel, Chantel had a son before Naziyah. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I think, and you know what? From the podcast, I don't know if I heard right, but Chantel might even be adopted to her mother. I don't even know. Now these are things that I did not know. I just did not know. So, and then the other two kids, because they said they all ran away when they were younger. So this is what I'm saying. All this stuff, I didn't even know. It was no communication or relationship like that. People make mistakes. People do things and they make mistakes, and you go on with your life. And at that time, you do damage, and you have to learn and you grow, and you just have to keep going through life. And that's basically and that's what it was. That's what it is.
Okay, one more thing that was on my mind to ask you before you get into your comments about the grandmother or whatnot. Like, so since you cheated on your wife and had Nevaeh, and you kept that secret from her to protect her, once you find out, she didn't say bring the baby home. Like, what was that? That was never a conversation as far as after she found out.
Yep, it was always a conversation. It was always a conversation. That was one of the main reasons I was taking bikes, clothes, whatever that baby wanted over there. And that's,
That's the reason why you was taking things over there, because y'all was having conversations about bringing her.
We were trying, so to get, to still be in the baby's life.
Okay, so you'll be involved.
So when you make a decision, you just can't just automatically change it. Like, no, right. Yeah. You just don't do that. So you show you could be there, and you show you could be responsible. And that's what I was doing. I was showing I could be responsible. I kept up my child support payments. To this day, they're still going. And so that's what it is. My wife is a very supportive person, and it's nothing that it was nothing on her. And none of this is on my wife at all.
I said, do you know Jarvis?
He my ex.
He's your ex?
Yes.
When was y'all last relationship?
That was back 2023.
2023. You got any kids by him?
No.
No?
No kids.
Oh. Have you spoken to him since he's been in jail?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get him to talk.
You trying to get him to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. And he's not talking?
Nope.
How old are you?
34.
You sound young.
Thank you.
God, you sound young. So are they going to have you in court?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So I got a question to ask you, because I think that they're going to subpoena you. I'm not trying to scare you. See, we're just, you know, we're wondering what happened or whatever. But he called you that night when he, you know, was with Naziyah.
Yeah,
he called you. He called you twice.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, he supposed to came over and see me and stuff, and he never showed up and stuff.
Oh, he was supposed to come over and see, because he called you around about 11:30.
Yeah, he did. And I was waiting for him to come over. I don't know what, he used to be stalking me. He always come by my apartment when I ain't normally and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. And then he called you at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I probably was knocked out sleep when he had called.
Okay. Okay. Did Shannon ever try to call you?
No.
Okay. So have any of the females harassed you or anything?
No, just people from another state be calling me, threatening me. Like I said, I didn't even know what was going on. He always left me in the dark, so be real with it, I don't know. I'll say this, the only why they gonna have them people in court, they was know stuff, or they gave up evidence and stuff like that, or they saw him with her. So that's why I think they ain't gonna have me go to be a witness and stuff like that.
Oh. Do you have any kids?
No.
You don't have no kids?
No kids.
So how long you guys date?
We did off and on almost 4 or 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you let him use your car?
I don't have no car.
And you interviewed Najeen Rushing on the 29th, correct?
I haven't looked at that date, but I trust that that's the 29th.
A lighter purple dot along with that red dot. What does the purple dot indicate?
That dot is going to indicate 4 East Alexandrine.
Okay, and what's the significance of 4 East Alexandrine?
Mr. Butts has a different girlfriend that lives at that location.
What are we looking at here on the third page, and what rows do they correspond to?
This third page is going to have a purple dot that indicates 4 East Alexandrine, and that is another location that was significant for the officer in charge to place on the map.
And sorry, maybe I missed you saying this. What rows does it correspond to on this map?
And that corresponds with the purple row. So each color represents the call detail records, the color on the call detail record report. So that's going to be row number 8 at 1:11 a.m. on the 10th of January.
And this is all for that target number ending in 8917, correct?
8719.
8719, sorry, thank you. All for the same number, though.
Yeah, all of these reports are for the same number.
And does that indicate to you that the phone moved from that Park Crest location down to where this is on Alexandrine?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Rick, do you know someone named Jarvis Butts?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Jarvis Butts?
I first met him, we worked together at a shop called Frank's, and then we owned the shop together.
And do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom today?
No.
Would Would you be able to stand up so you can look around?
Yes. No.
When did you meet Mr. Butts?
2018.
And you said you two worked together initially at a place called Frank's?
Frank's.
All right. Where was Frank's at?
He has a couple locations. He has 7, but the one I met him at was on Warren and Neff.
Warren and Neff. Okay. And what locations of Frank's did you work at with Mr. Butts?
Warren and Neff.
Yes. And Mr. Wright, I'm approaching people's proposed exhibits 4, 5, and 6. Can you look at these and tell me if you recognize those?
I recognize this one, and this one.
And those are those a fair and accurate depiction of the Frank's Auto Shops? At least 2 of them on Warren and the other one maybe on Harper?
Yes.
Okay. Which is the one that's on Harper?
The last one of the inside.
Okay. And that's People's Exhibit, proposed Exhibit 6?
Yes.
Okay. You're not moving for the admission of People's 4, 5, and 6?
Any objection? No objection. They'll be admitted as People's Exhibits 4, 5, and 6.
Thank you, Judge. How long did you work at Frank's with Mr. Butts?
A few years.
About how many years would you estimate?
2.
And when did that change from Frank's to another shop?
Maybe in 23 sometime.
Okay. Would it be earlier in the year or later in the year?
Maybe mid, maybe in May. Well, maybe April, May.
And then where did you guys work then?
We got a shop together on 9,000 Connors.
And what is at 9,000 Connor?
A sicko, a car wash, and our shop was in the middle of both.
Your address?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, I'm handing you what's marked as People's Proposed Exhibits 7 and 8. Can you look at those and tell me if you recognize them?
Yes, I recognize.
Okay. And are those a fair and accurate depiction of your shop at 9,000 Connor?
Yes, it is.
And you're not with the admission of People's Proposed Exhibits 7 and 8?
Any objection? No objection. They'll be admitted as People's Exhibits 7 and 8.
Yeah, that's why I motherfucking feel me. Ain't nobody just motherfucking taking off their brand new suit and leaving it right here like this. And it look like it's blood right there. Look at it. I know what blood look like. Definitely giving blood, bro. And definitely a brand new ass suit, man. This bitch ain't got no crease and clean as hell. Blood on her back. Who the fuck leaving a brand new shoe right here? Come on, man. Definitely blood, bro. If you don't think that's blood, you crazy, bro. I know what blood look like. Feel me? That's why I motherfucking feel me. Ain't nobody just.
It's a pad in this bag. It's a toothbrush in this bag. It's hotel items in this bag. What is this doing in here? What the fuck is this doing in here? What the fuck is this? Okay, we about to test that damn toothbrush. I see a window. Okay. I'm going through the fucking window. I'm going through here. Fuck that shit. Take me to jail today. Y'all bail me out. Bail me out, y'all. Bail me out, y'all.
This is the video of Mimi Young, the young lady who broke into Jarvis auto shop. She claimed that she found a lot of evidence at the auto shop and many other places, and now she's currently burning everything.
And another thing too, I'm burning everything the fuck I found. I don't give a fuck. Y'all didn't want the shit. Y'all didn't take my shit seriously. And the police didn't want it. And then when motherfuckers started threatening me and giving out my address and my kids' information on the internet, y'all did nothing about it, DPD. So now I'm burning all the evidence. And I don't give a fuck. The toothbrush, the bag, the motherfucking shit I found in a sex trafficking house from Jarvis's place. All that shit. I'm burning it. Y'all don't need shit from me. And y'all can go find that damn burlap bag too. Y'all can go find it. Dig through the rabbit hole and go fucking find it. Since y'all want to send a bitch out on a wild goose chase.
What's going on, Carla? Who this? Where you calling from?
This is Shannon's brother. My name is Florentino. I was calling because I wanted to piggyback off on a lot of the stuff that's going on right now or what's being said. Well, first of all, my mother is not some woman to be made out as a monster, first and foremost. It's 7 of us that grew up in a household. We was all raised under a sound roof, a mother who loves and cares and support each and every last one of us. It's nothing that we could not go to her and talk about. But for them to sit here and to make her out like she condones this, like she accepting somebody to touching or rape her grandchildren, this is some bullshit. I've been sitting here listening to this shit. I'm at work. Been listening to this shit since 9:30. This is some real funky foul ass shit at this point.
Okay, so
the day that Naziyah came up missing, my mother went to the school the very same day. She went to the school and she went up there when Naziyah didn't bring her ass home. And went up there to the school and told them she didn't come home. They immediately dispatched the police to the school. They took the police report.
So the day she went missing, they dispatched. They filed a police report with DPD, not the Detroit Public
They filed the police report with Detroit Police Department. My mother got up to the school at 7:20 p.m. She got up to the school. They sitting here making her out like she's a fucking monster, like she's sitting back and condoning that Jarvis is touching or raping her grandchildren. I have sat here and listened to Kenya's ass. I have sat here and listened to Rod's motherfucking ass. I have sat here and listened to all this bullshit. Everybody want to point the motherfucking fingers at everybody, but ain't nobody doing a motherfucking thing. Ain't nobody came and did shit. Ain't nobody came and passed out no motherfucking flyers. Ain't nobody did shit. But everybody want to voice their motherfucking opinion about what my mother should or shouldn't be doing. She got on that motherfucking air. She said what the fuck she said to the press, and that's all the fuck it should be at the end of the motherfucking day. She loved her grandchildren just like she loved us. She raised 7 kids. She will go to the moon and back for each and every last one of us. Ain't no motherfucking molestation going on in that house. I wasn't going to even say nothing, but this whole thing from the beginning to the end has pissed me off. From even yesterday's live has pissed me the fuck off. Yes, my mother didn't want to speak, and that should be respected at the end of the day. She don't feel like she should have to speak, then she shouldn't have to speak. She got up, she did the press, and that should be good enough. Let the police do their fucking job. Far as Shannon, my sister, and Jarvis, she a grown-ass woman. Let her deal with that and let her handle that. I'm not going to even touch off into the subject about that. That's her baby daddy. I'm sure when she got with him, she didn't know that shit off rip. Anybody that's me, somebody, I don't think a nigga gonna come up to a bitch and say, hey,
well, I mean, she said that
I'm a pedophile. That shit been coming to years down the fucking line.
She said when she was 19, he told her.
Yeah, she met her when she was 19. But I'm sure he didn't introduce himself as a pedophile. This shit has pissed me the fuck off. My mother is not a monster. She's ain't never been a monster. She ain't never been a crooked ass woman. None of us ever was in CPS. I listened to the live yesterday, seeing that it was 5 of us. No, it's 7 of us. None of us was ever taken out of the fucking home. We was never in CPS. My mother never had a case on any of us. We was all raised under one sound roof. My mother worked 2 jobs. She was a hardworking ass woman. She didn't condone bullshit. And for family to get on the air and say that she condoned this and she condoned that, that's some bullshit.
Well, I mean,
because I'm sure if my mother didn't care about her grandchildren, why did she take the time to get the fuck up and get dressed and go to the school and to check at the school? Go to the school and ask the principal. Well, my granddaughter didn't come home. They called the police right then and there. The police was at the school within 10 minutes. She loved her grandchildren. She doesn't just own her kids. She never disowned any of us. And for her to get on the press, yes, it probably took a lot, but she never refused to do the press. Not one time did she ever refuse to do the motherfucking press. People kept calling and saying, well, we see Naziyah. Naziyah is being seen in the public eye. A couple of gas station tenants say, oh, we seen her come in the gas station and rip her sign off the window. People say, well, we see her on Warren, East Warren in Bedford, or we seen her on East Warren in Corville. We see her walking up the street, or we see her going in a couple of gas stations. Oh, somebody said, oh, we see her going into Nino's Market on East Warren. My mother's house is not dysfunctional. Naziyah never came from a dysfunctional ass home. Nobody in that household is dysfunctional. They made it seem like we come from a dysfunctional ass home. My mother is not dysfunctional. She didn't raise us in a dysfunctional atmosphere. And for Kenya and for Roz and for whoever else feel like my mother, yes, leave her the fuck alone. Let her be. She has the right to not speak, and she chooses not to motherfucking speak. She did the press, and that should be it. She's a concerned-ass grandmother that loves her grandchildren, and yes, she wants Naziyah to come back home. If my mother was so dysfunctional, I don't think the state would allow her to even adopt 2 children out of the fucking system. My mother, yes, she's stern, but she's been like that for years. She's a zero tolerance for bullshit, and everybody know not to bring bullshit to her motherfucking house. You goddamn right. And I don't give a fuck about any motherfucking family member hearing this or anybody feeling like they need to comment on that shit. I'm bagging my mama up. My mama is doing what the fuck she can do, how she can do it, and what's best fit for her. But she loved her grandchildren just like she loved all 7 of our grown asses. This shit has been pissing me the fuck off since yesterday live. What kind of grandmother will just sit back and allow and condone? What grandmother won't call her granddaughter out? She's doing what she can do. And if she choose not to motherfucking speak, then that woman should not have to be forced to speak.
So listen, you keep reiterating on that part, right? And I feel like that's like you feel some kind of way about me asking her about like now for you to
No, I don't feel like nothing about you asking her anything. I just feel like the comments, everybody, what they feel like, what my mom should be doing, what type of grandmother she should be. She's any damn grandmama that love her grandchildren. She doing what she can do. She spoke to the police. She spoke to the detectives. She told them what and how and when. Naziyah didn't bring her ass home. She got up like any other grandparent would do, or any mother or any father, any brother or sister. She got the fuck up. She got dressed. She went to the school. She reported it. The school called the police. They met her at the school. My mom didn't wait no 24 hours to report Naziyah missing. She reported Naziyah missing on the fucking 9th. The detectives and stuff followed up on the 10th. They came to the house.
And you say the grandmother, that's your mother, right? So you wanted
Yes, that's my mother. Yes, that is exactly my mother.
Yeah, because as it was relayed to me by a member of the family, as that when she was younger, right, she had CPS investigations of her own. And that's
There was never no CPS. None of us ever been in the system, bruh. This is what I'm telling you. No, none of us, out of 7 of us, we never been removed. Nobody has ever been removed from that household.
So why do you think the narrative is what it is as far as the immediate family, the extended family, and even the neighbors, who, you know, all share pieces of the same puzzle as far as the story, painting the picture of the narrative that we share, that we all see with this story? Like, what how could how is the whole world wrong, I guess, is what I want to say about this situation. If you fending for your mother.
I'm not going to even say that the whole world is wrong, because everybody is entitled to their fucking opinion at the end of the day. But like I say, everything that I've been sitting here and listening since 9:30 is fucking speculation to me.
It's speculation to you. Now, and the thing about it is, like,
it's speculation to me, because who says that Jarvis touched her?
To say speculation.
Nobody knows if Jarvis actually touched Naziyah.
Right. About to say you don't know for sure or not, right? And
nobody knows for sure. But since I've been listening to this live since 9:30, it seems like everybody know they fucking facts, and then nobody has got no proof about if this girl been touched or if Jarvis is the cause and the reason of why this girl is missing. Whatever he did back in the day, or however he catch this rape case, or however the scenario plays out about his personal life, I'm sure he did time. I'm sure the girl, the young lady who came forward, her daughter came forward a year ago and said that, yes, my mother lied about her age. My dad did his time. My mother was 15 when her and Jarvis met. He did his time. I don't feel like why motherfuckers should have to go and dig up old ass shit on motherfuckers. Is he out here raping and molesting children now? I can't answer that.
That's what's in question. Shit. I mean, and if he got
That's the question. The question is, what I feel like this is, at this point in time, Naziyah is missing. That's all we really should be focusing on, is trying to find my niece so we can bring her ass back home.
Right. But I guess within
and then everything else we can deal with after that.
Yeah, I guess it's almost like a reverse search, right? Within trying to find her, we're trying to figure out what happened to her and in whose hands she was, right? So I guess that's what leads us into all of these questions that we have about this Jarvis individual. So he comes up in the conversation of where she could be and why. So that's why he's relevant to the conversation. It's not like we're diverting away from looking for her by inserting him into the conversation. I mean, he's part of the conversation in regards to, I mean, as far as the court of public opinion is concerned. So that's what that is. I don't believe that people are diverting away from anything in the search, right? I mean, I don't imagine that the 500 people that's watching this live right now would be boots on the ground right now at 1:36 in the morning, even though it is that important to us, right? This is, again, we are investing our time and energy and efforts right now and doing what we can in the space that we're in to try to develop some answers. But you know, I agree with you, and I agree with Shannon and everybody else when they say that, you know, finding her is the main concern. But at the end of the day, these components that we are resourcing right now will help us to be proactive in the future, whether it be within this family, with this girl, when we find her, or in other people's families. So that's I guess what the conversation, I know what the conversation is about. But I mean, you know, I appreciate you, you know, voicing your opinion and speaking your side of things, because that's what this platform is about. That's why I opened the phone line and allowed everybody from each side of the family, from all sides of the spectrum, to voice their opinions and say what they had to say about this situation. So, you know, I appreciate you sharing your feelings with us tonight.
I'm sitting here looking at motherfuckers saying, well, why are you so angry? I'm angry because of the fact is that it's a little girl that's missing. But y'all so worried about focusing on what my mother, as a grandmother, what she should or shouldn't be doing. Y'all been trying to come for her ever since this whole motherfucking thing even had jumped the fuck off. She's not that type of woman to sit back and allow and to condone some bullshit. I'm sorry to have to say that. She's a better woman than that to allow somebody to touch her grandchildren and think they just gonna get away with it. I have sat back and I have listened to this live yesterday and today. They talking about something. My older sister was in a crack house at 11 years old. She was pregnant. Drugs and shit didn't come later on down the line until she got much older. My older sister, Kenyatta, I'm not going to call her lady, and I'm not going to call her Chantel. I'm going to call her by her government name, Kenyatta. Kenyatta was never in a crack house. When she gave birth to both of her children, she was way much older than what she is. Talking about something, she was in a crack house at 11 years old. She was never in a motherfucking crack house at no 11 years old. Yes, my sister is going through some troubles right now in her life. But who don't? Who don't have motherfucking troubles? Everybody always got an opinion about something, but I guarantee you, if everybody on this motherfucking live look in their own motherfucking closets, I guarantee you, if you push them rusty, dusty ass clothes to the motherfucking side, I guarantee you, everybody on this motherfucking live will find something that they got to deal with in their life. So stop coming from my family like we some motherfucking monsters. Like we just sit back and we condone this bullshit. Because nobody ain't condoning no rape. Ain't nobody condoning motherfuckers being pedophiles and molesters touching children. I wasn't gonna even say nothing, but I couldn't even hold my fucking mule because this whole fucking life has pissed me off since 9:30. I can't sit back no more and hold my fucking tongue in this bullshit, especially when it comes to my mother.
Okay, it's literally something that's just in my camera roll, and I'm like, oh wow, it popped up. I also said this in one of my videos, y'all pay attention to everything except for the key clues. I also said in my video, the first video that obviously caught everybody attention, oh wow, I was on my For You page, and I ain't YouTube nothing, I ain't watched no court TV about nothing, I ain't did none of that. I seen it on my For You page that Jarvis is pointing fingers at Shannon, and Shannon didn't even point fingers at him. Okay, then for y'all weirdos that saying, oh, y'all obviously was cool because you was too comfortable, how the fuck was I supposed to do, walk in that bitch like a motherfucking military sergeant?
Were any interviews besides the one with Cordell Wright taking place at this time?
So at that time, I had interviewed, when we went to Wilshire, we had interviewed the woman that he lives with. I don't know if that's a fiance or girlfriend, but that was Miss Angel. We interviewed her there.
Trying to get rid of the baby. He gave that to her, you know what I'm saying, and trying to do whatever he could do. She was feeling sick or whatever. Alright, so he gets in the car, drops her off to go back home. Alright, when she gets out to go home, she go in the house. Shannon and them get into it with her. They didn't call and see if she was at Jarvis' house because Shannon already knew she was at Jarvis' house because she called to get directions earlier that day while she was at school. So once she get back, they get to fussing at her for going up to Jarvis' shop and calling fast and this and that. Then it all came out, you know, confirming that she was pregnant, was Jarvis' baby, and Shannon lost it. Shannon lost it real bad and jumped on Naziyah, beating her, hitting her in the head with some object right there in their house that they overlooking, and killed Naziyah because she was already probably having complications. Remember, from whatever they've been giving her to try to get rid of the baby. Remember, she was sick earlier that day and on the floor. Instead of them calling the nurse, they called the counselor. The school failed her. So once Shannon beats on it, she passes out, she dies right there. So they panic. So they get her, the twin sister help Shannon get her into the mama car, and they go and meet Jarvis. Meet Jarvis out there by where the other girlfriend lives. And Jarvis was going to all these different houses at his different girlfriend's house, establishing his alibi. Because he knew what had happened between her and Shannon, that he had nothing to do with it, but knew that he was also the last person seen with her and probably would be questioned about her being unalive. So once Shannon and the sister go out there to meet them out there, they get rid of the body, right? So once they get rid of the body, he tell them, you know, bring some extra clothes or whatever. So they get rid of the body and they throw those extra clothes out, which is working. And I don't understand how that's working, you know, because we know what she had on the day at school. We know where she left, got off the bus with the clothes she had on. But they threw out some different clothes with limited amount of blood and stuff on it. Why? Because they only took the jacket off of her, and probably some other shoes and stuff that was already in the house. But she's still buried in what we saw her in, which is that colorful some other shoes wherever she is, and I don't think she buried nowhere where she can't be found because they somewhere else and make people go search in the opposite direction. So she is deceased, but she was killed by Shannon in a rage because of her jealousy or whatever she had going on with Jarvis. And at the end of the day, the mom and the sister knows what Shannon did, and they're not protecting Jarvis, they're protecting Shannon. And Shannon hoping that Jarvis don't snitch on him, but he's not going to tell until after they try and convict him of the murder, and he see the difference between the time. Remember, his lawyer said they're not going to contest and fight the fact that he had inappropriate relations with her. Okay, go ahead and bound it over. But what we are fighting is the murder. Why? Because there's no body. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Now, you do know that Shannon and all of them have already made deals with the DA. Why? Because without Shannon, the mom, King, the fiance, without all those people, they would not have a case for murder against this young lady. So they pieced up parts of their statements and testimonies to present what it was they wanted to present to the court, that he was last seen with it and he's the one that killed him. But believe me, there's other text messages, all kind of messages in their phones that they took. But if they convict them and show that they are also guilty, then who would be on the stand and testify or could testify against Jarvis? Because they all could get up there and just plead the fifth, because they all are being charged. So therefore, they're letting them off and letting them go. They made a deal. They agreed to testify against Jarvis and say what it is that they want them to say. In turn, keeps them from being prosecuted and charged with anything. But trust me, they know exactly what happened. They know exactly what happened to her. But they want to get Jarvis and get Jarvis off the street because they feel like he's the problem. He's the ringleader. But they some antifreeze or whatever he's going to try to get rid of the baby.
Did you interview any of his other girlfriends?
Yes.
Okay, which girlfriends did you interview?
I interviewed Kizzy Young.
Okay.
You going on script? What you mean?
Don't get mad. So was you jealous about Jarvis messing with Naziyah or what? Like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her.
I said who? I said I have no need to be jealous of a 13-year-old. That's my niece.
Right.
Trying to ask me some dumbass questions.
I'll let Roxy do that.
No, Roxy. No, how, Roxy? No. You wanted to do this. Y'all wanted to do this, right? No. For what, Roxy? For what, Roxy? For what, Roxy?
I got a 13-year-old.
Baby, I'm not on the defense with nobody. I said what I said, and I stand on 10 toes down on everything of what I said. Point blank, period. Chris, let me call you right back. Huh?
I would love for you to put him on speakerphone because I know he talking ignorant.
That's the one call you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Look at me going off now. I can hear that.
Who's she on the phone with?
Your brother.
My brother just got out of prison.
So, you did an interview recently, I guess, and was saying some stuff that she didn't like and prompted an argument, right? But let's just I guess, start where you want to start, man, as far as what you want to say with everything.
Something weird.
Come on, sit over here close to me and shit.
I don't even know what to say, for real, because I ain't really trying to be in it like that, but this is how it is. But they just weird, sneaky. You see where they at now? Hiding in the back. Low key, my brother called me and tried to keep me on hush about whatever they trying to hush about.
Their brother called you.
Yeah, stuff just ain't been right. Man, it's weird. I can't even explain it.
So, yeah, man, you was telling me a lot of shit. Like, I guess the auntie was telling me about what's going on with she told you about how the CPS investigation when the
Yeah, that was a little weird. So she was over here. I'm guessing they trying to keep stuff on the low because technically she ain't live with her mama. I don't know where she claiming she lived, but that's where she at. But she house hopping, so try to keep that on the low somehow. But ever since this thing got serious, she was over here. Of course, I ain't want her, but she was over here, and one day CPS, I guess, came to her grandma's house. So it was late. She busted in the door talking about CPS at grandma's house, my mama's house.
put that dog in the room. Can't hear you over the dog.
But she like what she said.
Yeah, they already can't hear you.
Oh, so she like CPS at my mama's house. So I get up being nosy. They like, I think they about to take the kids or whatever. So they didn't take the kids because from what I've heard, from what they were saying, was Fortino was there, and B said he has nothing to do with the case. They didn't really go forward with what they were supposed to do, I guess. So after all that, we at the table. Her mama called Shan. They on speakerphone. And she basically schooling her on like, say this and say that. Use this address when CPS call you because they already let her know that we about to get in touch with Shannon probably the next day or whenever. So she got time to call her, tell her this and that. And it just, even if it wasn't something sneaky, it looks sneaky. I don't know nobody that got to call somebody else to school them on shit, especially in that situation. If y'all doing shit the right way, whatever you said, it's the same thing Shan gonna say. You shouldn't have to call her and be like, hey, say this.
So it's like they basically covering something up. You know what I'm saying? Telling each other what to say to get away with some shit. Sound like.
They always whispering. I pretty much stay to myself because I ain't got shit to do with this shit and I ain't trying to really be in it. But at the same time.
Like, so why are you in it? Because she live here with you. Said you want her out of your house.
She here, and then I got a heart. I care about this situation. And y'all doing shit in my face that's making me feel like what people saying that don't even know y'all is right. So now I feel like I gotta say something because I'm starting to really feel like y'all did some shit. Y'all too secretive coming in this house. Y'all sneaking, like, say shit. If Shannon ain't here, that girl getting up early as hell in the morning. They talking on the phone. She ain't up here. I'm asleep. When I get up, conversation ends. Like, I'm really not hearing too much of this and that. It's too sneaky.
And then
it's other shit that I've literally heard that just don't really make sense. Like, there's been moments where we already got to the point where Naziyah was gone. You didn't got a call. I want to say it was from the police officer brother. But got a call from him saying, we might need to get some money together for the funeral, memorial, whatever he was trying to get money together for. And that girl got the flipping on the phone talking about, Naziyah ain't even dead. What the hell? What we need to do all that for? She ain't dead. But you saying it with, like, like you confident. Like, how you know? We all at the point where she might be dead. Ain't no way. Heck, this girl just disappeared off the cameras this long.
Right.
You know, so it's just certain stuff that she done said. Then you got Marquita posting stuff on her Facebook that ain't true. More fishy shit. It's like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. Then your daughter told you before she told the father. You know, this man did this, and you, nah, that ain't your dad. You shouldn't have got in the car, shit like that. Then you don't even let your baby daddy know about the situation. It takes for her to go to him and then tell him for all this shit to come out like that. And you knew first. That shit, that's terrible. Like, who want to be with somebody like that?
Yeah, you so you say y'all was I was on the phone with y'all and you said y'all was telling me about how you know, it's this picture that's floating around with Naziyah right now, this older guy. Right?
Yeah.
The brother, right?
Yeah.
And then come to find out that dude is Annette's brother, her uncle.
I'm just finding out like everybody else, but
yeah, the story back in the day about, you know, Annette being found in a crack house, and when she was 11, she got pregnant, right?
Now, I don't know if that's true though.
As far as her being found in the crack house,
yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, maybe what I'm saying is that's a story allegedly, because that was a cover up, because what y'all told me was that she actually got pregnant by her own brother, which is Eric. What's his last name?
Gamble.
Eric Gamble.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing too. I don't know. So pretty much everything that y'all are learning, I'm learning as well. It's not like I'm family. That ain't gonna tell me everything. That ain't gonna tell me. I just learned this stuff just as well as y'all learned it. But yeah, that's what she do. She ain't coming out.
So that's Marquita's son that keep coming out.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot I can say about that situation. She's not really fit to be a parent for real. I'm sorry to say it like that, but I don't care who get mad. He took a knife. It's a lot of shit that boy has done that she don't even really truly
You said what
punish
now?
him for. The boy
You
took a knife to school. No.
Okay. You said her son took a knife to school.
The school right around the corner from Fisher or whatever that school name is.
And she asked him not to report it because she didn't want it on the record.
The lady is a new principal. So he got lucky. I guess the lady didn't want to have to deal with the shit. So he came home, wanted to call Vari, the brother of the girl that's missing. He came home, wanted to talk to her. I wanted to call him to handle some kids at his school. But, you know, as parents, we don't let that happen. But he still didn't explain himself on what was going on. But he decided upon himself to take a knife to school to defend himself, which got him in trouble, got kicked out of school, and really missed half of school. They still passed him because the lady had a heart, basically. And he just took that and just still been getting in trouble left and right. It's so much other stuff. One of them is very, very serious. Like, I don't even really want to talk about it, but it's close to a Jarvis type shit.
Now, what you say? Because I was just over there looking at Roxy. What you say again? What you just said?
But he got a situation as a kid where it's basically like a Jarvis situation.
Who are you talking about now?
Marquita's son. But it's so much stuff that doesn't happen where she's not fit to be a parent. Like, you let your kids do certain stuff and just get away with it. They walk over you.
In the basement. Everything go on in the Diddy basement.
She has the oldest one?
The little one.
Oh.
What you say? Well, you ain't on the camera. You can see.
I said he pulled his dick out.
Well, that's the heat right here.
Oh. In the Diddy basement.
That's what you mean. That's what they call it.
No, that's what I'm calling it.
Oh.
But basically they was at that basement, the same basement that.
So it's sexual shit going on.
It seemed like it.
He said he done got into it with Jarvis a lot.
So what? Tell me about your encounter with Jarvis.
Well, basically, he don't like me because he the type of motherfucker that feel like all the women that he talking to, he don't want nobody else talking to him. But even though I'm talking to the twin, he feel like probably because of the situation he been in, you done fuck with both twins. It's fucking with your mind. You see another nigga that's close to the other twin as well as he close to that twin. So it's fucking with him. So I already got a vibe of something wrong with you. And then I already know we gonna get into it. I feel that you don't like me. But I'm the type of nigga that I'm gonna pop up because you don't like me.
So he messed with them both. You messed with them both too?
Yeah.
You have? This part.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
When I didn't beg for it or ask for it, it just happened that way because obviously they just nasty like that.
That's why you met her. Where? Did they meet the first day?
Oh, when I met Marquita, when we first went to meet up, it was at the same motel that Jarvis and them, what you call it? Yeah, and I met her on Facebook.
And their first date was at that hotel.
And the first date was at the hotel, the trafficking in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Auburn County.
Mm-hmm.
So you met her off an app, off a website?
Mm-hmm.
What was some old
Facebook dating app when they first made it?
Oh, the Facebook
See,
dating
I never
app.
did no dating app, obviously.
It wasn't no back page mogo space shit.
No.
Okay, I'm just you said.
I never even tried none of that shit out. It was just because I already had Facebook and they put that shit on there. So, I tried it out, but ran into her.
Y'all linked up and went to the hotel to try the one on Harper and Cotton.
Yeah. Terrible. I don't think they here, but they cool. They straight.
That's crazy.